everybody, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin Hippo. Today is Friday, November 15th, and we're going to do a jeans that sold on eBay video today. It has been about 3 months since I did a jeans that sold on eBay video. The last one I did covered July 16th through August 16th. So it was around August 16th or 17th the last time I dropped a jeans centric or just a jeans that sold on eBay video. And I noticed that, and thankfully eBay lets you go back 90 days into your sold history. Thankfully, or ironically, or coincidentally, oddly enough, was today I checked, when was the last time I did a jeans video? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been 3 months, like almost by the day. So I can go back 90 days and look at what sold. So we are going to look at jeans that sold on eBay from August 16th until today, current. So we're going to look at 90 days. So I have quite a few pulled up, quite a lot of information to give you guys. I'm going to try to go through it as quickly as I can. But I'm also going to try to teach along the way. You guys know my ABT, always be teaching slogan. I've got bolos to show you. I've got bread and butter brands to show you. And I've got mistakes to show you. Just to show you that we source the incorrect things sometimes. We don't make the best decisions. Or we have old items sitting around we never should have sourced. I take chances sometimes on things I've never heard of. 99-cent stay at Goodwill. I don't comp. I don't. I've admitted that to you guys before. If it's 99 cents and it's new to me, I'm going to bring it home and try it. And I don't comp it. Just because of the sheer volume and bulk that we deal in as far as sourcing and listing and selling. But I do like to show you guys my mistakes so that you can hear them from me and you don't have to ever make the same mistake. You could be out at the store, see a certain brand. Oh, Star said these only sell for $16 and they were not worth it. And then, you know, just go for the bolos and the bread and butters I show you. Before we jump in, I do want to point out that the bolos are bolos. They are be on the lookout for. They are items you definitely want to source when you are out thrifting. They're items you want to buy for resale. The bread and butter items are good items to have. They will flip on the regular for you, and in some instances they'll flip really fast, and I'll cover that when I show those. There are some bread and butter brands that don't go for a lot of money, but they flip really fast, so they're definitely worth it to me for the return on investment. Maybe they only flip for 18 or 20 bucks, but if they go within a week of listing, you get your money back very quickly, and they're not long tail. But bread and butter is really only good for anyone trying to do a lot of volume. If you just want to seek out the best brands, the designer brands, the luxury brands, the bolos, things that are going to flip for a lot of money, then you want to focus on bolos. If you have access to inventory cheap, whether you get it wholesale, at the bins, dollar day, half off day, at thrift stores, and you have the time and the gumption to build a volume-based business, the bread and butter items are what you really want to focus on. They're going to be the bulk of what you can fill up your inventory with. We have about 2,000 listings on eBay, and we do sell volume. We sell in bulk, we sell volume. Our business is definitely volume-based. We list, between the two of us, around 20 to 40 items a day typically, and we source a lot. If we were to go out and only thrift bolo items or good brands, I guarantee you we'd only have about 500 clothing items in the store. We have about 500 plush, so that would drop us in half. We'd have like 1,000 listings, and we would not sell in volume. The only reason we have as many listings as we do, and we sell as much as we do, is because we built a volume-based business, simply out of necessity. Where we live, we do not find, like what you're looking at right now, the Miss Me's that often. We don't find the luxury brands often enough to have built a business off of it that would sustain us and my half of the income in the household as far as this being my full-time job. So because we had the bins and we had 99 cents stay and we do have access to a lot of really great bread and butter brands, that's what we chose to do. But I just wanted to put that out there. If you are focusing on, you know, a certain average sale price or you only want to sell the higher end items, the bread and butter ones are not for you. Most instances, I'll just tell you what we paid for it, what it sold for, and if it shipped in a padded flat versus first class. Some of them I have a little story to tell, like the mistakes or whatever, and some of them I'm going to point out certain details. But I'll try to get through this as quickly as I can. This is probably going to be a half an hour video. So put it on, get a stack of items to measure or photograph or list or, you know, do something else while you listen to me. I will not be offended. I totally encourage the multitasking always. All right, so let's just jump in. You're looking at a pair of Miss Me jeans. These I accepted a best offer of $25 on. Most of you know that I start Miss Me jeans in our store around $51. So you're probably asking, why did these sell for $25, Star? Are you crazy? No, I'm not. These are a small size. They're size 25. And they were around for a year. So these went long beyond the 9 month. You know, I say 6 to 9 months is super long tail. And that's when you want to think about clearancing items out. Around the 9 month mark, you want to start thinking about clearance. And if you can't get it to move on clearance, you may want to just pull it from the store altogether. This is a good brand though, so I didn't want to pull it. I just kept dropping the price a little bit every month, about 5%, until they finally sold. It took them a year. They're cute as they can be, but they are a smaller size. So when you are sourcing even these brands like Miss Me, you may want to focus on the larger sizes if you don't want a lot of long tail items in your store. We don't really mind so much the long tail because we like to have a lot of listings and we'd like to do a lot of volume. So something like this that we can just lower the price on 5% every month or every other month until it sells is fine with us. I did pay $6.99 for these though. So because it took them so long to sell and I finally took a best offer of $25, not the best of profits. I mean, that's like right around $5 profit, but Miss Me typically moves for a lot more and a lot quicker, as you'll see as we move forward. Here we have some American Eagles. I accepted a best offer of $19 on these. They're size 12. They are the artist. The American Eagle artist are very popular. And these were super cute. They had the bell bottom flare going on there. These were 99 cents at Goodwill, and they shipped in a padded flat. Here we have some Zara jeans. These were 99 cents at the Goodwill. They're a size 4, so they're very small size, but for 99 cents I picked them up for what they are, the brand, and they were a tribute to the 70s. You can see right here on the tag. So they were bell bottoms. Pretty popular style right now. They did sell for a best offer of $25, and they shipped in a padded flat. Here we have some Lucky Brand jeans I picked up for 99 cents. Unfortunately, I now consider Lucky Brand a bread and butter brand. It used to sell for $35 to $40 when I first started reselling. It's one of those brands that the turds have just raced to the bottom and just kind of trashed the market for them on eBay. But they still sell pretty regularly for $20 to $25. So when I see them for 99 cents, up to a couple of bucks, I'll pick them up. So this particular one pair is Hayden Skinnies. These sold for $24.38 and shipped in a padded flat. Here's a pair of more plain Miss Me's. Now these are definitely bell-bottom flares. They've got these cute pockets up here, but the back pockets on these, as you will see, let me go back. The back pockets are plain, so they're not that embellished or the fleur-de-lis that you're used to seeing with Miss Me's. So these aren't going to get as high of a price as the embellished pairs of Miss Me. I usually start these more plain ones around 40 bucks, and then I'll take a best offer of 30 to 35. So these particular ones sold for $30. Only took them a couple of weeks to move, and they shipped in a padded flat. They were $6.99 at Goodwill. Here's an example of a bad brand that's just super cute and a plus size. So they had a nice floral print. They were plus sized, 99 cents at Goodwill. They sold for a best offer of $23, and they shipped in a padded flat. These were just in this week's What Sold on eBay video. They are super duper awesome. Ed Hardy men's jeans, bad size. Size 30 is kind of small. The best sizes for men's when you're outsourcing is 32 to 34 waist. But these were so neat with these leopards. I had to grab them. They're dark wash. They're nice looking. They have the button fly. $6.99 at Goodwill. Sold for $51. Shipped in a padded flat. Here's some Not Your Daughter's jeans. Again, this is a brand I more consider bread and butter now. Used to sell for a lot more money. Unfortunately, it's kind of been raced to the bottom as well. I'll still pick them up for a couple bucks or less, especially if they're size 14 or higher. 14 or larger, I should say. And different. These were different because they're tan. They got the nice bell bottoms. So these were 99 cents at the Goodwill. And they sold for $24.70, shipped in a padded flat. Here's an example of a line from a brand that is worth picking up, but not the brand itself so much. 777 was a brand I sourced in the beginning when I first started reselling. They take forever. They don't really fetch that much money. So I do not pick up this brand anymore. Unless it's the Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy has her own line within 7. That's plus size jeans. These were leggings, size 16. So they're a great size. They're a great style. It's, from what I understand, really hard to find skinny jeans in the plus sizes. So women who wear the plus sizes that enjoy the skinny jeans are looking for them, guys. So pick them up if you find them. Any brand, really. These were $6.99 at Goodwill, sold for $34.60, and shipped in a padded flat. Gloria Vanderbilt is a brand I buy with several exceptions. I will only pick these up if they're a couple bucks or less, 99 cents for us usually. Only if they're size 14 or larger, or if there's something unique about them, or both. This particular pair was size 18 plus size and purple, so it was unique and a larger size. 99 cents. They sold for $21. They sold within a couple of weeks. They moved pretty fast. I don't know why, but whenever I have purple jeans, they sell pretty fast. They shipped in a padded flat. This is a pair of kids jeans I sold you guys. Don't normally deal with kids clothes. These came out of one of my thread up boxes. I didn't really know what I have. J. Crew cuts. They just say crew cuts on the tag. I didn't know what they were. They told me in the chat on the live unboxing of that they were J. Crew's line of kids clothes. So I kept them and listed them myself. They sold for $12.19. Kind of meh. Each item out of that box averaged out to like right under $2, $1 and some change. So I would never source these, but if I ever got them in a box again, I guess I'd list them. And they shipped first class. Speaking of J. Crew, I'm going to show you 2 pairs of J. Crew back to back just to kind of give you guys an idea of how sometimes a certain brand for men's clothing is absolutely a bolo, and for women it's not so much. BKE jeans are a good example of that, but so are J. Crew. So here's some men's J. Crew jeans, picked up for 99 cents at Goodwill. They sold for $30.95, and they shipped in a padded flat. And then here's a pair of women's that I accepted a best offer of 19 on, that we paid 99 cents for, that also shipped in a padded flat. So I will pick up women's J. Crew jeans for 99 cents or less. I consider them bread and butter. The men's jeans, though, sell for a lot more, as you can see. Now, these were a size 38, so they were a bigger size. But J. Crew is just one of those brands. The men's jeans go for almost double of what the women's do. Here's another pair of Not Your Daughter's jeans. Size 10, not a great size, but I will always pick up Not Your Daughter's jeans if I find them for a couple bucks or less. This particular pair was 99 cents, sold for $23.47, and shipped in a padded flat. Here's a pair of women's Torrid jeans, used. Relaxed boot. Torrid is a bolo brand for plus size, or at least it used to be. The prices I get for it anymore when I comp it seem to make it more of a bread and butter, but it's still a good brand to look for. Tord has a following. It's definitely a plus size that women recognize and look for. So the used pair here sold for $21. Best offer, shipped in a padded flat, were 99 cents for us. Here's a pair of Tord Nua tags that I paid $6.99 for at Goodwill, and I accepted a best offer of $35 on them, and they shipped in a padded flat. They were kind of disappointing. I thought that Tord with Nua tags would fetch a much higher price, being as you can get 21 for the used, but they did sell for $35. Still a $15 profit at the end of the day, and they only took a week to sell. So that's kind of an example of where I would be willing to shed out $7 to make $15 in a week. Here's another pair of Lucky Brand. Just a regular old pair of Lucky Brand with button flies. 99 cents at Goodwill. Sold for $21, best offer, shipped in a padded flat. Got some JLo jeans here. You guys know this is my favorite bread and butter brand. I picked these up for 99 cents. They sold within a week of listing for $19.69 and shipped in a padded flat. So they do not fetch a lot, usually between 18 to 24, depending on what they look like and their size. But JLo move fast. They fly off the shelf. So anytime I find them for 99 cents, I happily bring them home and list them. They just sell fast enough that it's worth it to me. Victoria's Secret's jeans, they came out of the same thread-up box that the kids' jeans you just saw came out of. Victoria's Secret Hipster. This is going to be a new bread and butter brand that I look for because these sold for only $19 best offer, but within 2 days of listing. So I'm going to be looking out for these definitely for sure. These were the hipsters in particular, so that may be why. That might be a popular line or style of Victoria's Secret's jeans, but anytime I find these for a couple bucks or less, I'm bringing them home. Hopefully they'll be my new second favorite to JLo. These particular pairs shipped in a padded flat. White House Black Market is another good example of jeans similar to Lucky Brand and Not Your Daughter's jeans. They used to sell for a lot more money. They used to be more of a bolo. I consider them more of a bread and butter now. This pair was purple, and like I just said about the Gloria Vanderbilt jeans, for some reason purple jeans do really well in our store. This pair only took a couple of weeks to sell, and it sold for the full $26. Cost 99 cents at Goodwill, shipped in a padded flat. This pair of Grace LA jeans came out of the same thread-up box as the Victoria's Secret jeans and the J. Crew cuts you just saw. They're skinny style, 27. I remember this pair because as I was unboxing the box live, I saw these really pretty embellished pockets poking out, and I thought, I was so excited, I thought for a second there I got a pair of Miss Me. Nope, they were just Grace in LA. And I listed them for $28.88, and they sold for that. So this will be another brand that I will absolutely look out for in the future. I thought that they were kind of like a brand you didn't want to source for resale, but they sold within a week of listing for $28.88. Now, it could be because they were so embellished and nice looking. So I'd keep that in mind if you're going to start looking for the Grace. And since then, I have heard from a couple of viewers and folks in the Facebook group that they actually do look for this brand and consider it a bolo and do pretty well with it. These shipped in a padded flat. Here's another pair of Gloria Vanderbilt. Follow the rules. These are different. They're brown. They are also plus-sized 18 women's. Sold for $21 within a month of being listed. Shipped in a padded flat. 99 cents at Goodwill. Here's a pair of Miss Me. Dark washed. Got the nice embellished pockets on the back. Boot cut. Contrast stitching. Size 30 waist. These are just really nice looking jeans, I think. These sold for $51. So that's more along the lines of what I usually see for Miss Me versus the ones I showed you at the beginning that had sat and sat and sat. Could be the size difference. It could be a lot of things, but this pair sold for $51. It also sold through the global shipping program, so they paid a lot for shipping. These shipped in a padded flat and were $6.99 at Goodwill. Chico's, 99 cents. Chico's is one of my favorite bread and butters. I do always tell folks with Chico's, you want to look for the So Lifting and the So Slimming lines, not so much the regular jeans or the platinum. The So Slimming and the So Lifting are very popular. They will fly out the door. They sell very fast. This pair was neither, but they were pretty. They were that kind of wax coated stiff jeans. If you guys have ever found those when you're outsourcing, they feel kind of like just really stiff, and they kind of crinkle when they fold. They're called coated. Anyway, these were coated. They were silver. They were unique. 99 cents. Accepted a best offer of $25, and this particular pair shipped in a padded flat. Here's some Rhythm and Blues jeans. This brand's not a great brand, but this was new with tags. This pair was new with tags, and it was a size 16, and it's a slim boot. Not exactly skinny, but they're slim. They're nice looking jeans. They looked great. New with tags, good size, 99 cents. Brought them home. They sold pretty fast for like within a month for $41, and they shipped in a padded flat. Here's another pair of J. Crew men's jeans. These are straight, size 36. This pair sold for $24.86, not as much as the other pair. They just took a little bit longer, and we do drop the prices as things sit. These were 99 cents at Goodwill, and they shipped in a padded flat. American Eagle is a really great bread and butter brand, guys. They were 99 cents, and they were green, so they were a little different. They really didn't take that long to sell, except at a best offer of 19. And these ones shipped first class. Here we have a mistake I wanted to show you. This is a brand I avoid altogether anymore. You're still going to see it in our store because we still have some really old stuff sitting around. But I avoid this like the plague. I don't get their skirts, their blouses, their shirts, their jeans, nothing. I used to when I found them for 99 cents. I had a lot of them in the store. They just take way too long to sell, and they don't sell for very much. H&M Divided. These were 99 cents. They sold for 18. And I believe they shipped first class. Yes, they did. BKE men's jeans. Speaking of, when I was talking about the difference between J. Crew men's and women's jeans, BKE is another brand that's a very good example of that. This particular pair I accepted a best offer of $40 on. I'm lucky if I can get 20 to 25 for women's. The men's BKE, you want to look for the ones with names. Like this one is Carter. There's a Derek. There's a Tyler. There's a ton of them. Look for the ones with names. I start them at $50, expecting to take a best offer of 40 or 45. I paid $5.99 or $6.99 for these. They sold for 40 and shipped in a padded flat. These came from Keith's sister. I'd never heard of this brand before. Free to us. Decided to go ahead and list them. And they sold for 24. No, they sold for 20. Sorry guys, check my notes. They sold for $20 on a best offer, and they shipped in a padded flat. I have another pair of these in the store now that came out of the same thread-up box that I've been referring to this whole video, and I went ahead and listed them just because I saw that the ones that came from Keith's sister sold for $20, and they went really fast. Now we're looking at some Adriana Goldschmied. These are a bolo, guys. They can go for a lot higher than this. They can go for up to 40, 45. Even more on Poshmark, depending on their style, their size, the way they look. This pair just wasn't a really good size. It was a 28. Sat for a long time too. They came out of a thread-up box, a different one, right around $1.78, $1.80 something per pair out of that box. They sold for $27.61. That's a good price. But Adriana Goldschmied usually does sell for a lot more. They shipped in a padded flat. Here's Gap. I did mention that I do enjoy the Gap, the Old Navy, and the American Eagle as really great bread and butter and filler brands. They also all three do really well on Poshmark. This one was a particular pair that smaller size, but it's the Vintage Flare. style. You want to look for these vintage flares, especially if you find these. They look like jeans from the 70s. They're what's really popular right now. They got the lower rise here, huge bell bottom, flare legs. These were 99 cents. They sold for $26 and shipped in a padded flat. Here's another mistake. I used to pick up Lee and Riders by Lee because I didn't know what I was doing. These have been around forever. They are size 16, but they still took forever. I do not pick up Riders anymore. Actually, I would be curious if any of you guys have luck with Riders, plus size or otherwise. If you do, let me know down in the comments. I'd be curious because I just never had luck with these. So I don't even source them anymore. I let these go for $18. You can see they paid $8 flat shipping. So I finally just, to try to get them to move, I knocked their price down to $10 and threw shipping on them. And they did finally move. I'm going to show you these two pairs of jeans, Fat Fashions. These are hit or miss. I'll still pick them up if I find them for 99 cents. I will not pay more than 99 cents for these. But I'll still pick them up. Probably haven't learned my lesson. You'll probably see me in 6 months talking about these as a no-lo, like a mistake that you should never source. Anyway, the same woman bought both pairs. So this pair she paid $15. I took a best offer of $15 from her on these. And then on this pair, I took a best offer. She paid full price for these. I had to check my notes. I'm so sorry. So she paid a total of $16.44 for this pair with shipping. You can see this pair had shipping on it. And then this pair I accepted a best offer of $15 since she bought two pair. I got both pair in the same padded flat, so it saved us money on shipping. It was a good deal for two pairs, $1.98 in for both of them. They were each 99 cents. So I'd probably source them again. And just to show you guys this, I know I mentioned this on the Riders, that is something I will occasionally do to try to get older jeans to move, older inventory to go out the door. We start all of our jeans with free shipping and buyer paid returns. And then if they sit around for a long time, I'll drop their price by like $8 or $10 and add a flat cost $8 shipping, but then put free returns on them. And that usually will get them to move if they've been around a while. So that might be a trick that some of you may want to try if you're seeing slow sales or you just have some old jeans sitting around that you want to try to move. Just a couple more left, guys. Anthropology, Pilcrow and the letterpress. Okay, this is a definite bolo. This is something you guys want to be looking for when you are out and about. It's supposed to look like this. If you can look at your screen. I've had people send me messages about this before and emails and asking me. It is supposed to look like this. So you'll be able to read Pilcrow, but the letterpress will have like this scratchy mountain looking line through it. And it doesn't always say by Anthropology. I've seen them that say this by Anthropology, and I've seen them without it. But if you see Pilcrow and then you see a bunch of scribbles, it's them. You want to get them. They're a bolo. So this pair actually came in a thread-up box. So they were a couple bucks, $1.80 something. The thread-up boxes, when we get them, the items inside usually vary between $1.73 a pair to $2 and some change, depending on how many pairs I got in the box, because it goes by weight, and if I got free shipping or a coupon code, because sometimes they offer discounts on the boxes or free shipping. So I usually just kind of average them out to like right around $2 per pair out of the box. So these sold for $36 and shipped in a padded flat. But yeah, this is a definite bolo for you guys. And Miss Me. Obviously, Miss Me's the bolo. Look at these. Nice and ripped up. I will never understand why, but distressed and destroyed and ripped up jeans are popular, and they sell for more money in many cases. These are the cuffed straight style of Miss Me. They are a size... I know, I just saw it. They're size 30. And they were $6.99 at Goodwill. Accepted a best offer of $40 on them. And they shipped in a padded flat. Here's a pair of Democracy. On a fluke, a about a year ago, I sold a used pair of these for $40, and then I sold a pair new with tags for like $50. This pair I accepted a best offer of $22 on. I don't think it's normal for them to go for that much. I do still pick them up when I find them though, and I'll start them around 30 or 35 and see what I can get for them. They don't take long to move, and the reason I think that is because they have like this spandex material along the waistline right here. And they call it ab technology. So it's very similar to the tummy tuck technology that you see on the Not Your Daughter's jeans. And I do tell folks, anything that's lifting, slimming, ab technology, flattening, shaping, those butt jeans I talk about all the time, anything that promises a woman that it's going to shape or lift her body in some way, women love it. So I think the reason the Democracy is so popular is because it has the ab technology and that spandex in the waistband. I do still pick them up, like I said. They don't normally go for $40. I think that was a fluke. I got $22 for these on a best offer. They sold within a couple weeks of listing. Shipped in a padded flat. Got one last pair of Gloria Vanderbilt here. These followed both my rules for sourcing this brand. They were size 14 and they were unique. They had polka dots on them. They were 99 cents at the Goodwill. They sold for a best offer of $20 and shipped in a padded flat. And last but not least, we have a pair of Gap. Again, a very good bread and butter filler brand. These were plus size, 33, high rise skinny. So the larger sizes in the skinny style, definitely, like I said at the beginning, pick them up. And these were 99 cents. They sold for $21 within a couple days of being listed, and they shipped in a padded flat. So that is the last pair of jeans I wanted to show you guys from the last 90 days. I'll try to be better about these jeans that sold on eBay videos and do one once a month rather than save them up like this. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you've ever flipped any of these brands or if you learned something today, I just love to hear from you guys. Hit the thumbs up before you leave. It really helps the channel. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. Join our Facebook group if you haven't already. Link to join us in the description box down below. You can also grab your sell-through percentage guide that Keith and Casey wrote. Link is down there. And the link to sign up for the wholesale lots, whether you are interested in purchasing bulk or wholesale for your reselling business, or you have some inventory you want to offload. It's free to sign up. That link is down there also. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin Hippos across all social media. Until next time, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Have a productive weekend. I'll see you next time. Thank you, as always, so much for watching and for all your support on the channel. You guys are the best. Bye.